Hi everyone, welcome to a new edition of the Queen's Court, and we have a very special guest joining us this
Yes,
evening.
we do.
We are joined by none other than the winner, PJ Jones.
Winner!
Thanks, Dave. Did it for me. Stole my thunder.
Well, I'd like to say that I was one of the ones that had the PJ Jones up in it for the PJ when we had the last read show, wasn't it? Nice sign.
Yes,
Yeah, it was quite good actually.
It feels so long ago now. It's actually weird to think.
It's
It's
great.
only February, but yeah, man.
That's a long time, isn't it? Really.
Has been. Yeah.
Yeah. So, apart from the lack of wrestling until recently, how's lockdown affected you and everything around that?
Well, the first initial lockdown, I was, because I'm technically in the shielding category, I had asthma and stuff. So I had 5 months off, stuck indoors doing nothing pretty much. You know, I heavily hit yoga, did lots of deck of cards workouts, and played a lot of video games. But so it wasn't too bad, you know. Me and my girlfriend were just cooped up together, and but we didn't fall out, we didn't argue. We actually had a really good time, so it was quite nice. But this time around, I'm back at work, and I'm just working through it really as much as I can, because I'd much rather be a bit more active and doing something than just pestering. It's not been too bad.
I'm loving your Captain America shield behind you as well.
Oh yeah. There is a millionaire up there as well somewhere, but he's quite just a bit out of shot.
Yeah, that looks cool though.
I don't play a bit at all. No, not at all.
Oh, I bet you do. Anybody would, wouldn't they? Really, to be fair.
Yes. Yeah.
And the shield,
of course.
So, what got you interested in wrestling initially?
Well, it kind of happened out of nothing, really. I suppose. It was one Sunday evening years and years ago, and I couldn't sleep. It was the day before school. I was just flicking through the television, you know, all 4 channels that we had back then, and came on Channel 4, and WWF used to be on Channel 4 back in the day, and it was the Royal Rumble, and I managed to catch like the last 10 minutes of, I think it was 2000 Rumble or 2001. I was like, what's this? This is cool. You know, flashing lights and stupid weird things going on. Never heard of wrestling at all at this point. I was like, oh, that's cool. Anyway, I remember the WWF being mentioned. I went to school, and all my friends would start talking about it. Okay, cool. Then I found out a load of my friends went to a youth club and did like backyard kind of silly things, you know, just doing DDTs on mattresses and jumping out of windows and silly things like that. So I went and did that. That's how it kind of started for me, like playing around with wrestling. And it wasn't until I went to college, and another guy in my class who, to look at him, I thought, he's a bit weird. You know, he's complete polar opposite to me. He had like piercings, he had bandanas on, he was wearing a long big trench coat, and he looked like nobody I would ever speak to. And then one day, with me and a couple of my other friends from the same school, we're just chilling out. And I watch him climb up the wall, like a really like 10 or 12 foot wall. And he's got one of his friends on the park bench there, and he just does a swanton off the wall onto his mate, onto the bench. He did a swanton. That's cool. So then we started talking, and then he said, oh yeah, I've done a bit of wrestling training. You can do training in England? Because at the time I just thought it was in America. That's all I knew about wrestling was just, you know, WWF. And so like, yeah, blah, blah. And introduced me to a few of his friends, and then we used to hire out our local dojo, just mats and stuff, and he used to teach us a few little bits. That's how I met Marcus Bain, that's Daddy Bainsley, and Dick Riley. Because he, through my friend, he knew both of them. So that's how we all kind of got together and just started, you know, practicing bits and bobs. And one random day when we were there, in walks this muscle-bound stranger that none of us have ever heard of. Can we help you? Oh, my name's Joel. I've heard there's some wrestlers here. Okay. So that's how I kind of met Joel the first time. And he just kind of came in and went, oh, let me show you some proper wrestling. And so he took us for a bit of training, and we thought, that's not wrestling. That's not how you do wrestling. Because we just thought it was about moves and silly things like that. And he was doing proper like training and hard things, and it was really, really mind blowing at the time. So no, that's not wrestling. We don't want to do that anymore. And then fast forward a few more years, we got in contact with Pretty Boy Danny Walsh, and started training with him a little bit. And then a few weeks into that, who turns up again? John Redmond. I didn't know you guys knew these guys. Oh well, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. A few more months went by, and he goes, how do you want to start training school between you lot in North Devon and you lot in South Devon? So, okay, because Dan had the ring, we had, you know, lots of enthusiasm. We kind of just merged into one, and that's how the DWA was born. And
Did you at DWA at the start then?
yes, it was always DWA at the start, you know, because we had a group of us lot from North Devon, that's where I live, and Dan and that lot down in South Devon, and because John was kind of in the middle, so we wanted to make an association of Devon wrestlers. That was what the premise was at the start. So you know, we took the North and the South and met in the middle in Exeter, and that's when the DWA was initially born back in 2009, I believe. That's how it kind of all came about. And then, 11, 12 years later, I'm still doing it.
Well, we're pleased that you are, mate. Anyway, that's for certain, because...
Sorry, that was a bit of a long-winded story, but...
No.
Yeah, it's a good story.
The longer, the better, as the actress said to the Bishop, you know. But anyway, you've been wrestling for, 11 years now, then?
Yeah, so since the start of DWA, that's when I kind of count my proper wrestling. You know, I've been mucking around for years, but I will count it from 2009.
So how would you say your style's changed in that time?
I don't really know. I've never really thought I've had a style, essentially. I think in the last few years, I've kind of got a bit more goofy, which is probably to my discredit. But at the same time, I've developed in confidence to be more of an entertainer than just want to kind of be a wrestler. You know what I mean? When I started out, it was all about wrestling, you know, actual like British style, more so chain wrestling, stuff like that. And then over my years of getting confidence, I kind of found that I had this strange character. And all the things that kind of happen and I do in the ring, they just happen. I don't think about it. It just happens and it just kind of comes out of me. So, yeah, I don't know why, but I've come more goofy. But I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to, you know, get those reactions out of the likes of you guys and other people through the silly things I do, you know, make you laugh at me or make you hate me. There's other bits and bobs. So I just enjoy that. I enjoy the performance more than the actual kind of moves and the silly things that go with it.
You do seem to feed off the crowd a lot as well, you know, when you're in there.
Yeah, well, I think that's important though, because at the end of the day, you know, the crowd are coming to watch you, and they're coming to be entertained by you. So I feel as though it's definitely my job to go, right, I'm going to give you something. I'll give you whatever I can, whether it be through moves or through silly antics that make you laugh, make you smile, make you cringe, make you, you know, shake your handbag at me or whatever it may be. But that's what I enjoy. Yeah, exactly. Silly things like that, you know, that whole costume, that was my idea. You know, I put myself in that kind of situation. Go, this will get a laugh.
It certainly did it, didn't it? Yeah, but
I enjoyed the day.
Yeah, what I love is as well when you've been given the fans a load of abuse from the outside, then you try to get in the ring, you trip over into the ring and feel like Satan.
Exactly.
You know, it keeps us entertained.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's why I think that's probably a style I suppose that's changed for me. I enjoy that side more now than going in there and hitting a million moves, as much as I can do them still. But I enjoy just inciting those reactions, whatever kind of reactions they might be.
Yeah. But you say you started off with Dick Riley. I mean, the chemistry you and Dick have got together in matches, though, is fantastic. That match you had those matches you've had at Reach with Dick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob and Joe, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we train together, so we've always got, there's like me, Nick, and Dan Stanley Baines as well, Marcus Bain, whatever you want to call him, and even Josh as well, you know, because we all train together, we all start together, we've always been working together. So you just know, you know, you just know where they're going to be, you know what's going to be like, and you just click generally. So
I suppose it's good that you can trust them as well in that case, isn't it? You know. Oh
God, yeah, you know, you know what you're getting into when you go in with those guys, and they know what to expect from you, and you know what to expect from them. And
yeah,
as much as I might rile them up a little bit with a few too many chops and stuff, but that's,
yeah.
So through your career so far, how would you say that the Southwest wrestling scene itself has changed?
Wow. A lot. So definitely changed a lot. I mean, like when we started in DWA, you know, it was mainly just kind of us. And the early days of PWA, when John Harding started Plymouth Wrestling Alliance, or association, whatever it was called back then, there wasn't really much. So it was just us at the time, which was quite good. We had, as much as there's not any evidence of what DWA was doing back in those days really going around, but we had sellout shows, most shows. You know, we had 200 or 300 people in most places we did. And so that was really good. And the school as well at the time was really sought after. There was people coming down from all over the country to kind of train with us, or, you know, we had a good reputation, which isn't the best at the minute as far as DWA is concerned, but you know, that's for another story. And then, you know, other companies popped up which did good things, you know, and bad things. You know, say Pro Wrestling Pride, for example. You know, you can't deny the work to bring in the crowds. You know, big crowds, 500, 600 people, using, you know, big names, but I think relying too heavily on those names. But at the same time, they gave like really good local guys platforms. You know, Eddie Ryan and Chris Andrews and Big Grizz and lots of other people. But I think they just relied too much on imports. And now, also, we had other places like CPW, which did really good at the start, and then things happened. But now with Reach Wrestling, you know, I'm happy with what they're doing. You know, it's probably the most professional run in some respect that I've seen. You know, with how their product looks. You know, the presentation of their product is very good. You know, their logo is professional. It's everywhere. You know, the branding is really, really good, and they invest in their storylines. They invest in their character development. You know, it's not just a match for a reason. That match will happen for another reason, and then there's always a build on something. There's always something going on, which I really like to see. I like continuity.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like it's changed a lot. It's gone up and down. You know, it's been a massive roller coaster for the 11 years that I've been a part of it. But at the moment, it's definitely going up. If it wasn't for the older coronavirus, it would be very good right now. I mean, I've not been to like the likes of UPW and BL Big League. Obviously, you guys went to quite a lot. But again, those companies were doing really good things. They all look professional.
Why do you reckon you haven't been to UPW then?
My own self kind of denial of thinking I'm any good at wrestling.
Tell you what, I tell you, I told you this before, but I think you're one of the best. You know, seeing some of your matches, they're absolutely fantastic. Not being funny, but they really are. You know, you gotta. I know it's not easy for me to say, but you gotta build yourself up a bit more, Peach.
Yeah, no, it's like I say, I've spoken to you about it before, but like it's a big thing for me to go approach companies and go, hi, do you fancy using me? You know, this is what I do, but I don't think I do anything that well. Even though I know I can go out there and do the job, you know what I mean? I can go out there and make a reaction and etc. But there's parts of my like character that I go, that's a bit corny. Will it work there? Do they need somebody like me? I don't think so. Then I don't even bother contacting them. It's all my own problem, you know. Like I've never contacted a company and gone, "Here's my wrestling CV. Here's what I can do. Here's a few matches. What do you think?" Never done it. Never done it because I'm just too worried of being sort of rejected.
Yeah, I can't see that. But you know, at Reach, you seem to me to be their go-to guy when it comes to finding some of the biggest and best wrestlers in the country. You know, so it must be a good feeling knowing that Jason and Grayson trust you to be in such matches like that, though. I mean, Niwa, you know, Simon Miller, yeah.
It's like PJ's the one-man welcome committee.
Yeah,
Reach.
yeah.
Yeah, but they also make me lose a lot, which doesn't, you know, sit well. But no, I mean, it is nice. It's nice to know that you're deemed reliable, and you know, you could take somebody that's very new to this crowd and go, right, we'll put them in with PJ, and then the crowd will, you know, go away wanting more of that person. So then, you know, that increases the stock of the brand themselves, and you know, gets, you know, if Simon Miller goes away or Niwa goes away and said, I had a really good match with that guy down at Reach Wrestling, and it puts Reach's name on the map more, and you know, and mine does help, but you know, it's for the brand. You know, I do it to help the brand, you know, and try and get more stock in there.
Yeah,
the thing I've always said about the match that you had with Niwa, like you wouldn't have known that it was like a last minute replacement kind of thing, sort of, unless you knew beforehand, because it didn't come across that way at all, which just goes to show, like, you know, the talent that you and Niwa both have.
That's nice. Yeah. No, I mean, like, for me personally, I really enjoyed the match, but also at that point, I was kind of going through a very strange period of my wrestling. I thought, I'm not performing the best I should be. You know, my performances were going a little bit downhill. So I don't think I performed that well in that match. But it's nice to still hear the good plaudits from people who watched it, going, you know, really enjoyed it. So, that's right. I'm still doing something right.
Are you usually very critical of your own matches then, are you, in that? Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah.
Massively critical. And I think that kind of stems from my training, you know, not to knock Joel, but Joel was a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You know, you had to be perfect in a lot of regards. And if I look at it and go, what would he think? It's definitely not perfect. But I think that's kind of, it's not a bad thing as well, because you always want to strive to be, you know, to do your best. So, but at the same time, I probably don't put enough effort into being the best that I can be, or what I used to be. So that's my own fault, but that's just the way I am, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess so. But hopefully when it comes back, you'll be right at the top again as always.
Hopefully so. I mean, I don't know if you've watched the recent Unit 10.
We've heard you've been on last night.
Yeah, we haven't fully caught up on it just yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
made a
excuse.
You weren't. I wasn't, no, but I was writing out questions.
No, I managed to get on that, and it was really, really nice to just get back in the ring. And I'm probably a bit too overexcited, but it was nice to know, even after 8 months of not doing anything wrestling related, that I could still go in there and do it. And it was nice. I hurt the next day because my body's not quite conditioned for it, but it was nice to just get in there and go, I've missed this. I've missed this. I think that's the biggest thing for me, actually. The lockdown has gone, I've actually missed wrestling really badly.
Yeah. So was that like a big positive for you then, being able to sort of come back to wrestling in a way? And like, was it strange wrestling under sort of restrictions with COVID and everything? Or
it was very strange. I mean, like I say, there was only a handful of people in the room, so I was like, well, my thing is the crowd. That's my thing. I can't react to 6 people, can I? But credit to them, they were making lots of noise and stuff. So it was kind of like it felt like nothing had really changed. I was still in my own little bubble, little PJ bubble in my head. As soon as like the bell actually went, I got a bit nervous because like they didn't do like an entrance. I was like, oh, that's the whole getting ready to go in for the match. I'll do my entrance and I pick on the crowd or pick on people. That's like that's what I love, but I didn't get that, and I was like, oh, this feels weird.
So the crowd at Reach, the Unit 10, are they like the trainees as well, are they?
I suppose I'm allowed to say that, but yes, yeah, most of them they're very new trainees.
Yeah, cool.
But no, they made lots of noise, which is good. So it did feel like like a normal kind of show, just minus the people, but still had something to react off of, which was nice.
Yeah. Well, it's always good to have somebody to bounce off of as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
As crowds,
that's what I rely on.
Yeah, that was good. No, it is good. It's nice to see Reach putting back on wrestling as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the only stuff apart from the odd bit of WWE I've seen on a Sunday. Probably the only wrestling I've watched in the last God knows how many months.
Same.
Yeah. I've not really kept up with WWE. I've watched the odd like match during the first lockdown. I was watching lots of like Old World of Sport and other bits and bobs. I would say I was missing watching wrestling, or I've not done it for a long time. I was like, just sit and watch it. I'm just doing the dishes, just watching some wrestling. I've missed this.
Yeah. No, it does. It's surprising how quick it's gone, but it's surprising how much you've missed it as well.
Oh yeah, like massively. Like I was in a weird point of wrestling. I was kind of not enjoying it, but was enjoying it. Then to be taken away from it, you kind of just go, no, I need to go back. I need to get my fix.
You appreciate it that bit more when you suddenly don't have it anymore.
Yeah, you don't realise what you've got till it's gone sometimes, do you?
For sure.
Definitely. That saying is very, very true.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Glug, glug.
That's all right, Pete. I'm just having a rum and coke. But so we've seen you a fair bit in DW, haven't we? And at the moment, you're the tag champions with Dancing Daddy Bainsley. Which you play a face in that, don't you? It's totally different for you to play a face, really. And do you like it, being a face?
Oh, it's a funny one, really. I do and I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, for years, being a heel now, it's just become the norm. But when I started, I was a baby face, so I was going back and watching any of my old matches, and I kind of go, it was nice when people liked me. but at the same time, it feels awfully odd. It feels awfully odd now, and like I feel as the way I kind of perform, I will naturally kind of want to do something heelish, and not think I've got to smile. And like I don't want to get rid of the beard, and I feel like well, I should be clean shaven, looking all presentable, and like, no, I can't do it. Hence all that blue paint in my beard, because I was like, well, it looks more colourful. I look more family friendly.
Was that your idea to put the blue in then, was it?
Oh yeah, it's all my silly idea. Anything you ever see, it's all my silly idea.
Oh, right, cool. Because it's strange having, seeing you dance around the ring, like, and you called all the fans into the ring after one show, I think it was in Tiverton or something.
Yeah.
And we're all dancing around in the ring, like, it was good. It was good fun, but I do miss booing you and jeering you sometimes.
I miss it too, Dave, don't worry. But I think at that time, though, I was just taking the mick. because I was like, well, what can I do? Because again, I like just doing silly things. You know, you've seen me as the winner, and I'm like, I just like doing silly things. So I thought, well, now I've got a good chance to just be more silly because I'm doing a really silly kind of character. All right, then let's dance. And I was making a dance more than he wanted to dance because he was getting tired. I was like, come on, no, come on.
He looked like he was blowing a bit at the end of the show, like, you know, when you were making him dance all the time.
I think it was at the entrance. So I was like, "You're right, mate." He's like, "No, I'm gassed." Like, good, let's go. And then partway through the match, I'm like, "I'm gassed too." I've never moved so much.
Where Daddy Dancy Bays might have had a heart attack or something at one point, you know. I thought he was.
That wasn't my intention. That was my intention.
You're going to feel a heel turn then, where you're both laughing and clutching your chest from the front.
That's it. You know, me and him turned on each other so many times now, I've lost count.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So, you, like I say, you're tag team champions there. It's good to see you as a tag team champion. But would you ever? Because Josh is the DWA champion, isn't he?
He is, yes. But,
yeah. Would you like to go after his belt one day?
Well, I don't think DWA will be going much longer. So
really.
I can't see it. Not going to tell you why, but I've got a very tentative relationship with that company right now.
Right. Okay.
I mean, not to go into too much, but it's just not what it was.
No,
not what it was, and things have changed. People have left, and people have come on board, and it's not what it used to be. And a lot of people have, especially the guys like me that started there.
Yeah,
that's my home, and something's not quite right.
It's a shame. I see Dom working more with Reach now, didn't he?
He made a few, appearances there and stuff. Like, he's mainly because they used to hire the ring primarily.
Yeah.
But I think obviously Dom stepped away from wrestling in general now. He'll still be buzzing around like he will because he can't get away. He won't go away too much. But
no, to be honest, he's a legend, though, isn't he?
Of course, yeah.
He's a legend. He's a
pain in the ass, but he's all right.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story. Mine and his relationship. Whoa.
Oh. Well, he's one of the few wrestlers that does frighten me, so I'm not going to ask you about that.
I'm probably one of the only few people that aren't frightened of him.
Well,
the thing is, like him and Joel, they're my trainers. They're the people that, the reason I'm probably so outlandish and over the top as a character is primarily because of him.
Yeah,
he was the one that really kind of brought out any form of character development with all of us in DWA.
The first time I think I saw Dom for a long time in the ring, he was shouting at Chris Daly. And he was shouting, "I've seen you outside of the foyer running around. You're just claiming benefits." Like, he gets the crowd going so well.
So that's probably where I get it from because when I started, I wrestled him a lot. The main kind of matches we used to have in DWA, it was Nick and Joel, and it was me and Dom. That happened a lot in different places, and so it must have rubbed off on me in some way. All his kind of characteristics and mannerisms.
It's fantastic to watch him shouting at people in the ring. Cool, but I kid more than once, to be fair. But
no, classic.
Yeah.
So we also saw you debut for Pro Wrestling Chaos against Wild Boar and Brendan White. What was that experience like, and how likely is it that you'll wrestle for Chaos again?
I mean, I really, really enjoyed that, but I was mega nervous. I was really, really nervous that day because, Chaos at this point in time was that's the pinnacle, I think, of Southwest wrestling at that time. With the connections they've got, a lot of the guys that work there will work for WWE UK, stuff like that. So it was okay, time to turn up. But personally, again, not just saying it because I keep saying about my matches, but I don't think I didn't give my best kind of performance. I wasn't probably physically at my best kind of fitness levels and various other things. So I didn't think I did that well. But I would love to go back there. Of course I would, because it's probably the next to Reach, but they've got just more, affiliates with say WWE UK now. So obviously Flash and Boar owning it. It'd be nice to kind of get in there. But again, it's another place I don't think that I would fit. What I do wouldn't fit there. But I might be wrong, but I would love to go back. I absolutely would love another shot.
How did that opportunity come about?
What was it? Well, because I know I'm quite not the best of friends, but I'm quite friends with the promoters at the time. Dave and Rob and Gids. So they were doing that thing with Wild Boar Invitational, and I just got a message from I think it was Gideon, just saying fancy doing it. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And I was meant to be on it on one show, and then I think I had a message from Dave the day before saying, "What's your music?" I was like, "Pardon? What's your music for tomorrow?" I didn't know I'm booked. So, oh, did it not tell you? No.
Oops.
Okay, no worries. So then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm busy now. I can't do it," because I had plans I couldn't really get out of. But that's fine. We'll reschedule. So that's when I ended up, eventually getting on it before they handed over, Chaos to Flash and Boar. So I was quite lucky probably to get on at that point. I thought I might have scarpered my chances, but I definitely would, because Chaos, they're great for what they did, and it'd be interesting to see what the new owners can do with it. If they do carry on with it when everything goes back to normal. But no, I mean I'm happy doing Reach, I really am, but yeah, I really need to get out of my comfort zone and just go for chances now and just try, because that's one thing I've not really done, and I'm getting on now, so I need to kind of put my finger out and just go, right, just make an attempt.
Yeah, well, if you don't do it now, you regret it for the rest of your life, won't you? So it's
exactly. If you don't try, you don't know.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Better
to have tried and not tried.
Yeah, exactly, and that's probably something that's let me down for a long portion of my time in wrestling. But I need to change it, and I was fixing to change it all, and then coronavirus.
Yeah. Because you and Josh, you made your debuts or virtual debuts, virtually a couple of months of each other, didn't you? At Chaos.
I think so.
I think he did it. No, he had an appearance on a dark match.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, he's in the Wild Boar match a month or two up before or after you, wasn't he? So.
Oh right, yeah. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I forgot about that one.
I mean, it's pretty.
But, yeah, no.
It's pretty good that people from our way is getting the opportunity to work with Chaos.
They're getting noticed.
They're getting noticed, yeah.
No, definitely, yeah. No, it's really good what was going on there, and say it's such a shame again what happened, what is happening, just to kind of put a dampener on everyone's kind of progression. And like say Josh as well, he was making waves, he was getting booked all over the place, and it was really good to see. I've seen him from a 15-year-old shy schoolboy, and like always been around. And say he's been wrestling as long as me, and I still think of him as like a 15-year-old. And and now he's got this country big gimmick, and he's really settled into it, and he's really found some confidence, and he's really running with it, and it's so nice to see for him, because he's been a bit like me. He's been a bit tentative to kind of go out there, but he's doing it now, and he's really, really, really doing well, and I'm so happy for him.
Absolutely. I mean, he's reached tag team champion again now, isn't he? Second time tag team champion with Reach.
Does that mean he beat himself technically? I think he did.
No comment. But what's the difference working for big companies and smaller companies like Chaos, the big company, obviously, and OCW, the smaller companies?
Well,
do you have more creative control, I suppose, on smaller companies, or?
Well, I suppose yes, you do. OCW, Chris is kind of like there's W1. The fair like Reach to give you quite a lot of creativity as well. There's a bit of this is what we want. There's bits they want to kind of carry on with storylines and stuff like that. Want to make sure we've got all this, and but generally you've got a lot of control. Even with Chaos, it was only a small match, but we had could do what we wanted to do really. Like go and show yourself off, do what you can do, blah blah. Like, cool, all right. I'll try to do my best. But no, with Chaos, let me say pressure for me. I was really nervous. It's not very often I get nervous, but just being there at that time, just with the hype of Chaos, I was like, even though I know a lot of people in the back, I've met them before, I've wrestled them before, I know the owners, but for me it just felt really nerve wracking. Just because the level of where the company at, and the eyes on the company, because there's people watching Chaos.
Like the possible implications from that match, yeah.
It was like if I mess this up, this could mess up, or if this goes well, this could be good, and oh god, that didn't help. But I always kind of find with me, if I get nervous, it just means I care. But then also it can affect my performance. So, but no, it was nice though. It was really nice to kind of get nervous again. Because majority of the time I wrestle, I go and do my things. I know what I'm doing. But then to have that moment of, okay, this is big. This means something. this is different for just turning up and being called a wiener.
I still might shout at you once or twice. I think
I
think everybody around me was thinking, "What's he shouting wiener for?" I think they thought I had Tourette's or something.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, some people know me. Because I wanted more chance to actually get out in the crowd and kind of do my thing and get in it.
Yeah.
But, like, the match was the way it was. It was a bit more like high octane, just go 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 go. I'm like, yeah, but that's not my thing. I like doing that, but I'm the crowd. I get on people.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Dave said to me afterwards. Is I really enjoyed the fact that you got more involved with the crowd. With that, I didn't. I like it done, but okay, thank you. That sounds great.
How did you find it with Boar? How did you find working with him?
That was really good. Yeah, no, I've only had a handful of encounters with them. Well, say only 2 probably, and we haven't really wrestled much. But no, yeah, I mean he's made him and Brendan are both made really really good. So
yeah,
it was nice to get in there. I mean, I think this sounds really terrible. I would have preferred a singles match just to kind of really like test myself.
Yeah,
they're a lot more easier. Singles matches. Obviously, triple threats kind of get a bit chaotic at times, but nice. I really enjoyed it.
Didn't Boar pin Brendan in the end?
I can't remember.
I think he pinned. I don't think you were pinned, were you? So you.
I can't remember who it was.
Oh, I think I was. No, I was because
I
got hit with that pole driver thing. I think. Or did I?
Ah, right. Yeah.
It looks savage every time he hits it.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You're so odd that you can't remember.
I must have been. I got dropped on my head, so that clearly was.
Good guess.
It feels like it was just so long ago, though. It's difficult to remember things like that.
Was it last year? Was it last year? I can't remember when it was.
It must have been last year now, yeah.
See, like, it's this whole year's just like been a massive blur.
It's just thrown everything for a loop, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Shame, but anyhow.
So I know Jason glosses over it, but you beat him at Reach episode 1.
Can you say that again, Kirsty? Say that again?
You beat Jason King at Reach episode 1.
Thank you very much. Yes, I did.
If he manages to beat Joey 7, would you be up for a rematch for the Academy title?
The fact he's even wrestling for that title is just silly, but yeah, of course, why not? Jason King, it's not that difficult.
Well, you beat him once before in Plymouth. You can do it again.
I've technically beaten him twice, Kirsty.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the other one? Remind me.
There was a tag match for PWA.
Ah, right. Yeah.
But it's a tag match. It doesn't count. Oh, shut up, Jason.
Oh, he's always got his technicalities. Oh, it was count out. It doesn't count.
We do like a technicality. I mean, I must admit, I like a technicality, but still, I've beaten him twice in Plymouth. So.
Like a technicality when it suits you, maybe. A bit
exactly. This is my technicality. He has his own technicalities, but I have my technicalities. I beat you twice in Plymouth.
Maybe you guys just need to settle it in Plymouth. And for the Academy title would be a good.
Yeah, I think Jason's a bit bitter, to be honest with you, because after the dig Jason had at you regarding Jordan Sparks being a real winner at you, what have you got to say to him, Jordan?
I mean, wow, wow. What can you say? Jesus Christ! I mean, it's silly. It's going to come back and it's going to bite him in the ass. Sorry, it's fine, but. No, I don't know what he's playing out with that, but then again, he can't throw a drop kick, so it's fine. Run his mouth, but he can't really wrestle. So, I'll stick to what I do best, and that's both of them. So, saying
somebody's got to beat him once in Plymouth, in the centre of the ring. So, why not you?
Well, I think it makes sense. It makes much more sense to me because I'm better than him.
Yeah, no, you are, you're a good wrestler.
Hopefully, though, wrestling will be back early in 2021. Have you got any plans or have you set any goals for when it comes back?
God, no. I mean, I've not really thought about it. I think, as much as I would love it to be back in 2021, who knows what's going to happen. But, for me personally, I just want to get back in the ring and just do my thing. I want to really try to make an improvement on my look this year. I've tried to work out a bit more and keep an eye on my diet. And my first lockdown, I put on 2 stone in 3 weeks, so I wasn't good. So I've managed to trim up a bit, and I want to concentrate on that, getting my overall look a bit better. And just I've got to, no pun intended, reach out a bit more and try to get to other places and try and get my name out there again before I get too old and you know, long in the tooth.
Welcome to my world. But I saw you doing press ups with Fletcher Law. How's that going?
Yeah.
You do them every day?
Yeah, I'm doing well, 100 a day generally
Yeah.
speaking. 105 today because obviously the gym was shut. I did a bit of a deck of cards workout, so I just added that into it. So I was 105 today. So yeah, they're not going too bad. You know, like I can quite happily do a set of 50. So I do 50 in the morning and 50 in the evening. So I could do a lot more, but I just want to space it out because it's say 3,000 during the whole month, so 30 days.
Is that for like a charity or something? Is it, or just So how can we donate?
Well, I do have a fundraiser on my Facebook, but I don't really know. Like, it seems to have disappeared, but I keep sharing it. So
yeah.
So
It's good
yeah,
to see that you hit your original target as well. I saw that today.
yeah, like it happened very strangely.
I've been working.
Thank you for your donation too, Kirsty.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I was only set 150 because I thought, you know, I won't get too much, and then you know I had £75, and then I had a notification today. You've reached your target. Who's gave me 75 quid? All right, thanks.
I
remember what I gave, but it wasn't that much.
I was going to say, you're Scottish, you're not going to give that much.
It didn't even tell me like who donated it. It was just like reach the goal. Like,
they must have voted for the anonymity.
Possibly. So
that rum's hitting. You can't even say your words.
I can't. No. Well done, mate. You know, I shall donate at some point soon.
Thank you. No, yeah, let me say I've got no high expectations to get a vast amount, but it was nice to get to that. So I've reset my target to £300. So you know, still many days to go. So you know, Fletcher's doing really well. I mean, what's he got now?
You've both been doing well with it.
Yeah, he's got 500 quid. So, yeah, well done.
He'll be able to soon. Yeah, but it's
and
nice.
Have you donated yet?
I just said I'm going to donate soon. I have been working today, but you know, so I'm hard, you know, for us poor posties. But yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice to see the community of wrestling get together for that sort of thing and for charity and that. It's nice because you all seem to have a good rapport with Fletch and that. Oh yeah,
you know, I've not, you know, we've not had many like interactions with Fletch. We met a handful of times at DWA, but no, he's just one of the easy person to click with and just get along. He's just a really nice lad. So you know, we just had a good rapport, good banter, and then like you know, I think I posted out that I was doing the challenge, and then you know he got inspired by that, and then did it himself. And I was like, I've inspired you. That's quite nice to know. And he said, no, yeah, he did. So then we decided to do it together. And day 15, we're going to do another little video together, just to kind of
nice.
Yeah.
Day 30, I think. See if we can beat each other.
Yeah, well I think Fletcher's had more press ups than you, hasn't he? From what I can gather.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
that just sounds like you're trying to throw shade at
he said he does it as part of his routine every day or something, didn't he? Or...
I mean, well, to be fair, since the lockdown, you know, I was doing push-ups all the time. So, you know, I was doing a lot. So I can do, you know, probably about 60 in one go if I'm really pushing it. So that's not too bad.
That's 59 more than me. So well done.
I set myself a little goal of like, I wonder if I can like do 100 in one go. But after the first like 4 or 5 days, I was like, oh, I'm starting to ache now. Yeah. You know, I'm not doing a lot, but it's like, oh, I can feel it a little bit. Well,
at least it's a way to keep in shape. Though you're looking well.
Thank you. I feel well. I feel I've been making a bit more of a conscious effort without putting too much pressure on myself. But no, it's nice to kind of feel like I'm in, you know, presentable shape for a wrestler for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure when we watch Reach tonight, we'll see how good a shape you're in. Yeah.
Hopefully.
We're going to watch it tonight after this hour. Or after I've cooked.
Get all caught up.
Yeah, I'm cooking dinner.
Dinner priorities.
Yeah, priorities first. Yeah. So maybe one final question, Peach. With everything that's going on, is BritWres dead?
What is that all about? I've not really seen.
I can't even remember what it was about.
I think it's just a lot of people have been put off wrestling by speaking out and the lack of wrestling they've been to recently. And I think it's all just building up. And people are saying it needs to die before they can build itself up again.
I think as well, people were saying that with all of the people that were outed like during speaking out, that means that like BritWres is dead because we've got nobody.
Yeah, well, there's one for us. Right?
Exactly. There you go.
There's one. We got you, Peach. We don't need nobody else.
No. That's all right then. No, it's definitely not dead. God no. I mean, you know, wrestling's always going to be around. I think you know, it's always as much as it's always kind of like under the rug. Wrestling's always going to be there. It's always going to be people that want to do wrestling, people that want to watch wrestling, and you know, you could say that what happened was a good thing. It's gotten rid of some scum. You know what I mean? So then there's spaces opening for people, you know, like myself who,
Yeah.
you know, can, if I get off my ass and go, right, okay, well, I could fit in that little gap that's been lost, you know. So, you know, it's definitely not dead. No, God, no, wrestling's it's too popular in the right kind of places to not go away. So definitely not. Definitely not.
Everything that's like happened, it's just kind of like opened the game up. Really, there's so many other people that would just be sort of ready to take those spots. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean,
sorry, Peach, after you.
I was just saying, it's just going to be like, yeah, dependent on kind of, you know, what happens and how long it's going to take before things open again. Because I mean, it's going to be a long time before big crowds are going to be allowed to be together. You know, even if you have like, you know, half capacity, you've got to have a bit of, you know, social distancing. You know, that's like, let's just say, you know, you've got a 200-seater, and say a Reach, for example, and you've got to have, you know, a chair in between each. That's only half full. You know, is that even viable for a company to run, you know, run half full venues? Don't know.
It's
difficult.
It is going to be. I mean, like I said, I'll be very surprised if shows run before, you know, the middle of next year. I'm still very surprised if they even run next year, depending on what happens. You know,
well, I was surprised. They were going to run that show in Plymouth with the Knights, and last minute it got cancelled, wasn't it?
House of Heroes.
Because the venue closed. The venue got cancelled, didn't they?
I think they just tried to hang on to that one for a bit too long. They probably knew that, you know, that it wasn't going to be run.
I think everybody was going. I spoke to. They knew it wasn't going to be on.
I was saying it to you the whole time. Going, it's not going to happen. But
we would get a message that said, "Is it going to be on?" Like, I don't know. You know, don't ask us. Like, you know,
that's wrong though as well. You know, like just say, like, no, we can't do it because, you know, hello, pandemic.
It's like it all went very, very quiet. And,
At least Reach cancelled theirs quite early, didn't they? So it was just fair play to them.
Yeah, you know, like, cancelled. Obviously, you know, big premise for trying to get the tour on. Can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Like, isn't it?
Just hold your hands up. You know, everyone's in the same boat. Everything's had things cancelled and can't do the things you want to do.
So there's bigger things going on at the moment than wrethling, and that's just the way it is, you know.
Oh.
Exactly. You know,
nothing bigger than wrestling.
I mean, there was COVID.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant sport-wise.
It's another reason why I took the opportunity to go to Unit 10 when I could, just because, you know, it's just I need to get my little fix in there, and then just because, you know, you could argue that, you know, is it right to do it, but, you know, it wasn't. You know, everyone's happy to do it.
We've got other wrestling companies that do it in like Rev Pro. They're putting on shows, aren't they, behind closed doors and that. So, you know, if they can do it, why can't Reach?
You know, take your temperature. Yeah, you know, you feeling okay? Yeah.
And I mean, even the bigger companies like WWE, AEW, they can do it. I mean, you know, there are measures that can be taken.
They take your temperature at Reach then?
Yeah. Well, it's got to be kept above board. You know, everything was sanitized before you wrestle. You know, sanitized. That's why I slipped on a few things, because the mat was quite slippery.
Was it? Oh god.
But, you know, like, you've got to put your place. You know, obviously they wear masks at ringside. So, everyone's doing the same thing. You know, it's got to be done. It's got to be done to keep everyone.
That's what you don't see when you're watching Unit 10. That they sanitize everything between matches, I suppose, and all that, don't they? You know, it's they do, but you know.
A little wipe down.
Obviously, they focus on you'd rather watch the wrestling than the sanitizing.
Well, you know, depends who's wrestling.
5 minutes of sanitising the ring. Go.
5 minutes of sanitising the ring, or Jason King promo.
Sanitising the ring. Yeah. No one wants to watch Jason King promo.
He's a good lad, really.
Is he? How we like him, really. Kind of.
Yeah, well. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking tonight, PJ.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. I hope it wasn't too boring.
Oh, no, we really enjoyed it. You know, there you go. Put yourself down again. Look. Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to chat to you, and hopefully we'll be able to see you again on Unit 10 sometime soon.
Hopefully, yes.
Have they got? I suppose they can't do any more. They can't record any more shows now till after lockdown's over, can they?
No, but I know they've done some things pre-lockdown, so you know,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. When they were recording on the Wednesday before, weren't they?
I can't remember when they did some stuff. Yeah, like they managed to cram in some stuff before.
Yeah, so Jason puts that, so that's good.
You should have enough content to see you through the year, hopefully. So
This Boris locks us down for another 3 months.
Don't say that.
Dave, what?
Now you've said
No,
it. He's
I'm
gonna
only
do
joking.
it.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I won't. He won't do that. He won't do that. Hopefully, he might give you a day off on Christmas Day, so you'll all be down in Plymouth wrestling Christmas Day for about doing 3 months worth of recordings on Christmas Day.
Definitely
That
not
Jason
Dave.
and Grace and Hard Pass Masters. Anyway, you take care, Pete. Nice to see you, mate. Thank you
And
very
you
much.
guys.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.